going to show you, according to the Bible, how we know that we're the children of Israel. And then we're going to get to, I know you're trying to get your son involved, and what we have to do as a people today. So give me Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So right here, this is Moses speaking to us in the wilderness. Y'all ever heard of Moses? Right, y'all heard of Moses? Let my people go, 10 plagues in Egypt. So he's warning us, after we got taken out of Egypt, what's going to happen to us. If we don't listen to God to keep his commandments, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
And we don't keep God's laws, his laws, statutes, and commandments. What's going to happen to us?
Then all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing, right? So curses will come upon the people on the signs, the children of Israel, because we broke his laws. What is it? Read verse 16 real quick.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So guess what? One of the curses that came upon us is that wherever we live, whatever city we live in, whether you're here in Jacksonville, you're in New York, you're in Oakland, California, wherever you go, you'll be cursed. Our people will be at the bottom, living in the worst neighborhoods, living in the hardest conditions. Where do most so-called black people live? In the hood, right? In the projects. That's where we as people live. That's a curse from God because we disobeyed his commandments. So you ask, what are these commandments that we're talking about? What is some of these commandments that we broke? Give me Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Here's one. Let's find what these commandments are that we broke. It's something very simple. Read that.
Deuteronomy 22 and verse 5.
Read.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So God gave us instructions on how to dress. It says the woman should not wear that which pertains unto a man.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. What pertains unto men? Hands, right? So y'all already knew, right? But the same thing applies to the men. As men, we're not supposed to wear what? So what? Earrings, things that pertain to women. So dresses, like you saw what Tyrese was wearing a dress a couple weeks ago. You see the rappers wearing dresses, Kid Cudi, all these rappers and stuff. We're not supposed to do that. But our sisters, what are y'all supposed to be wearing? The dresses, right? In dresses and skirts. These are some of the simple commandments that we as a people broke. Because guess what? Our so-called grandmothers, they ever wore pants? No, they always wore dresses and stuff. Exactly, went to school like that. But today, because of like feminism, all this kind of stuff, we start acting like everybody else and we went away from this. So now we're showing our people these are simple laws that we broke as a people that we don't keep, and that led us to be taken into slavery, living in the worst conditions. That's why, like in our community, what do you call it? Give me 1 Timothy 2:9. STDs and all that kind of stuff is crazy because of how we dress and how we act. Here's another law that we broke. 1 Timothy 2:9.
1 Timothy 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So these are laws that we're breaking that if we kept them would change our communities because our laws of God they fix all the problems that we have. So our sisters are actually supposed to wear what and what?
In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
What does it mean to be modest?
Like I am modest.
What?
No,
okay, you're covered up. You're not showing your skin, right? So how do you think that would affect the communities today? Because you know, our communities, we got what? A lot of single parent households, we got a lot of infidelity. How do you think applying that would change our community?
Bring it up.
One thing I think is the women, if we value ourselves more.
Exactly, right?
The thing is the value is not there.
Exactly.
It's not going to get there.
Exactly. It's just honest. You have actually respect and love for yourself when you actually cover it up. People actually treat you different based on how you dress, right? Give me Rock 19 to 29 real quick. It's a shame, yeah. And that's a law that we as people broke. And that's why we're in the condition that we're in. I'm going to show you this real quick because the Bible actually says people judge you by what you wear, how you act. Right, read that.
Sirach, the 19 and verse 29. A man may be known by his look.
A man, or in this case, a woman, may be known by her look. Read.
And one that have understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him. A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is.
So based on how you dress, people judge you. That's why, for example, when you go to a job interview, you dress professionally, you dress to pick the right clothes. It says man in the Bible, but the Bible was written in a masculine term. It applies to women as well. That's so they all know. So that's why how you dress and how you present yourself reflects how people treat you. That's why our sisters, Zephaniah 1 and 8 too, get that. That's why our sisters got to apply the laws by being covered up, by wearing dresses. Our brothers not wearing like, you see the rappers and stuff on TV, but they be wearing dresses and they put paint in their fingernails, and that's what we do, that kind of stuff. All right, read that, Zephaniah 1 and 8.
Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8.
This is a judgment for those that don't want to listen. They don't want to do that. They want to wear what they want to wear. They want to wear whatever. Sisters want to wear pants. There's a judgment for that. Read.
And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will.
Okay. So the day of the Lord's sacrifice is when Christ returns.
Right.
A lot of us got taught in church when Christ returns it's going to be rainbows and lollipops and tulips, right? But when Christ returns, it's actually going to be a day of judgment, the day of the Lord's sacrifice. A lot of people are going to get killed, right? Keep reading.
That I will punish the princes and the king's children, and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
So when Christ returns, he's going to punish those that are what? The last part?
That are clothed with strange apparel.
So if you decide that you don't want to do what the Word of God says, there's going to be a judgment for you when Christ returns. You're going to get destroyed. Real quick, Isaiah 6:15, just to show them when Christ returns, it's a day of bloodshed. All right, real quick. And then I got your question about what your son got to do to get involved. All right.
Isaiah 66 and verse 15.
Read.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
So when Christ returns, it's not going to be like lollipops and tulips. Christ is coming to destroy. A lot of people are going to die. Now, let me get you some laws that you got to keep as a young man.
No.
Give me...
Yeah, I appreciate
all right. 1 Kings 2 and 2. The Bible actually shows us because is your father in your life? Okay, so y'all together? You married?
Okay.
Not right now. But I mean, he's still.
He's my brother.
Yes.
Thank you so much. He's
When you growing, I was raised by my mom.
Yeah,
So I didn't have that father influence in my life to show me what I'm supposed to do. Scriptures actually show us what we have to do. So how to show ourselves.
But we live here now. But we live here now.
First Kings chapter 2 and verse 2. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong therefore, and show thyself a man.
So now this is David talking to his son as he's about to die. He's saying, I missed that part. Read that.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God.
So he's saying that to show yourself a man, you have to keep the charge of the Lord. You have to keep the commandments of God, right? So, is that it on that? Yeah, keep reading.
To walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments.
So guess what? To show yourself a man, you have to be keeping God's commandments. We're going to show you one of these commandments. Give me Exodus 20, I think it's 14. On your father. And I just want to say, because it's just us men out here right now, but the men are the ones that go out and teach, go out, because things can happen. You can get shot, you can get stabbed. Some like brothers. Some of these brothers are married, they have families, they have kids. They're all at the school. So you can, on the back of the flyer, there's an address, 2851 Edgewood Ave N. Meet Saturdays at 2 o'clock. Come to the school. That's where you see the rest of us. It's not just us men. We have families as well.
Right.
No, you want to?
Exodus 20 and verse 12.
So now this is a law for you to keep. Remember, this is for you to remember. What do you have to do to change your life? Read.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
The Bible says what?
Honor thy father and thy mother.
So when your mom or your dad tells you to do something, what do you got to do? You have to do it, right? Don't give them an attitude. Don't be disrespectful, back talk, that kind of thing. Where the Bible says honor your father and mother. Honor your father and your mother. But guess what? There's a reason for that. Keep reading.
That thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
When you honor him, when you listen to your parents, there's a blessing that comes on you for that. You live a long life. Because guess what? Your parents are actually trying to warn you about the dangers that's out there. There's a blessing that comes on you when you listen to what they're telling you. Because they're trying to keep you from avoiding the same mistakes that they may have done. And they're trying to protect you. There's some other stuff that you have to, sorry, did you know that? There's, give me Exodus, there's 20 peer pressure. Give me peer pressure. You know what that is? Exodus 23 and 2. 23 and 2. Exodus 23 and 2. Here's something else that you gotta keep in mind. Honor your father and your mother. What else? Read that.
Exodus 23 and verse 2.
Read.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
So there's another commandment that God says for us to keep. Don't follow the crowd. Usually, you go to school, right? What's usually what happens when there's a huge crowd of people and everyone got their phone out? Is there usually something good that comes from that or something bad? Usually a fight, right? And what? When there's a fight, people can get shot, people can get stabbed, you get arrested. Because I know I actually grew up in Georgia. In Georgia, it got so bad that whenever there's a fight, they would call anyone that's involved, whether you're taking a picture, whether you're standing around, everyone will get arrested. That's how bad it was. So the Bible says what? Read that again.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
So don't follow the crowd. Whenever you see a crowd of people about to go be around a fight, world star, this and that, don't be there. Don't follow them. Because there's a lot of things our people deal with, kids deal with, is peer pressure. We see our friends doing it, and we want to do it. But you have to go according to what the scriptures say. Don't steal. Your friends may want to go to the store. Why don't you pick up, shoplift something? Don't follow the crowd. You may see your friends, they out here sleeping with this girl and that girl and that girl. Don't do that, because guess what? What happens with sex? Say what? You can get diseases, what else? You can get a girl pregnant, right? Now kids are a blessing, but when you have a child, you're not married, you don't have a job, you don't have your things in order, your life becomes more difficult.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word,